Evidence from the air, on the ground and in Niall's chiller suggests Scotland is about to start feeling the full force of a feral pig population explosion.
They are hugely fecund, they're incredibly destructive in an agricultural setting, they will have an impact on our pig industry, and for political reasons maybe I'm not fully understand it, we're not addressing it.
To make the point, Niall takes us to Loch Ness while filming our series A Year in the Life of Seeker. He's seen pigs running down this road at night, and badgers definitely didn't do this.
One of the issues here, stood on the side of the road, is you've got almost bed and breakfast with a high-speed carriageway dividing the two. And the difference between running down a roe deer and running down a feral pig is substantial. So we're on the edge of the public estate with some arable ground below us.
One of your fans now.
Must be.
With feral pigs already enjoying life in the Highlands and Niall being more deer man than pig man, we've arranged a trip to northern Germany to discover a little more about wild boar management around the Harz Mountains.
If you do damage, then the farmer comes to you.
The farmer comes to you and says, Mr. Becker, these are the square meters or hectares or whatever, and then we have to pay it.
Knowledge is power, and it's thin on the ground in Scotland.
They can read and write, they're pretty smart animals, so it is not that simple.
They're awkward, they're difficult, they're heavy, and how we manage these, the way we're currently set up in Scotland or in the UK, I just don't think we're ready for it.
It's the Brocken and all this area from the edge of the forest.
Niall's friend Torsten Becker, a fellow outfitter, is looking after us. When he is not organising hunts for other people, Torsten spends night after night trying to keep the local population of wild boar off the crops.
Now a bit more on the way to see them better at night tonight. Usually we put it on the side. Now.
We head out to look at the crop damage and top up his maize bait stations. He has selected areas with a clear line of sight, making animal identification easier. Taking the right pig is crucial in managing boar.
The young ones, they can breed after 7-8 months. They can get pregnant, and that happens if they are away from the mummy. And the mummy keeps the group, the young ones, away from the males. That's the mama. So they can't get pregnant. And if you shoot the mummy, then the young ones run around, and then the population goes like.
Up it goes.
Yeah.
So you might think you're doing something good, but you're actually.
Oh, it's definitely the wrong way to shoot the mummies off.
So that's an important take home for shooting.
Always
boar.
with boar, start from the small one.
In early June, sugar beet is the food of choice. If you're not on top of your game, shooting wild boar in Germany can be an expensive business.
This fresh damage. Well, that looks like a small group of boar. It's not a big damage, but you have to be careful. They come back every night. Yeah,
But
they just
quite specific about what they take.
yeah, just the small bit of sugar beet. They bite it off here, and this is they leave this, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And 20 cents
Per square meter. And if you're lucky and have a group of 40 boars coming in at the night, it can cost you a couple of hundreds.
Yeah, every night.
Every
if
night.
You don't kill them or dissuade them, they'll keep coming back to this field of food.
They will definitely be back here tonight.
At this time of year, Torsten carries out his hunting after dark. Germany, like many countries, has its own rules and regulations surrounding night vision and thermal. A dedicated thermal scope, such as the Hike Micro Stellar that Niall has been using on the Seeker, is not permitted.
No, we are not allowed to have scopes, thermal scopes or night vision scopes. Might be change up in the next couple of weeks or months, but for now it's forbidden. We're just allowed to use clip-ons.
And as far as the use of the clip-on goes, are you restricted as to what you can hunt with thermal equipment here?
Yeah, we can hunt wild boar and predators.
Predators, yeah.
These ones are too small. They are 550 meters away.
We can also use thermal spotters. Torsten has the top-of-the-range Habrock Pro HX60L and David is using the HQ35L model. And thank goodness for that kind of technology, as filming in the dark with traditional cameras is pretty tough.
Take me to your largest.
See them? Oh, that's a mummy with piglets. More coming. See the mama chasing them away?
It's a shocking first encounter for Niall. Torsten was not wrong about the numbers of wild boar. There are already a dozen on a ride we fed earlier. He's not even that quiet on the approach. Now this is where the quality of the Hike Microthermal comes into its own. What we don't want to do is shoot the large sow.
If you're feeling good, you see the differences now, huh? We can also go closer if you want. 125, 130. I see there's more and more coming. These are all shootable.
Niall has the crosshairs of Torsten's Zoa in 6.5 by 55 on the side of a yearling. He is confident the pig's hit.
Where you shoot? On the shoulder?
On the shoulder.
Yeah, that should be good.
One cooler there.
Wait for the other ones to come back.
We hold back, and within a few minutes, he has another opportunity. It's a carbon copy of the first.
Oh, hear the mama? Hear the angry mama?
Yeah.
Right, my fire.
Right, my old friend. It's been a while since we shot a pig together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the right size. This is exactly what we are looking for. It's a yearling, it's a male yearling, perfect. So that was the first one. Let's try, have a look here.
The second pig we shoot is just inside the crop. The first one is proving tricky to find. That means calling in support. We'll be back here first thing with the follow-up guy.
We've got Andreas out with us. I mean, he looks like he's ready for battle.
Yeah, could be a battle. We will see. Yeah, but it's good if you walk through the thick bushes behind the dog, through the thorny stuff, and it helps you a lot with this gear. He has to follow his dog everywhere.
Looking like he's about to cut someone out of a mangled car, our tracker heads off with his dog. The retired old-timer is 12 but still wants to be part of the action. It takes a matter of minutes for them to find Niall's first boar.
Ich glaube, der ist ein bisschen weiter nach da. Ja. Now this is a Hanover bloodhound. And what you know is the Bavarian bloodhound. They are smaller.
These have got some power.
Your boar. Andere Seite. Hoch.
Steckschuss,
Oh.
Die hat keinen Ausschuss.
Nee.
But you would never find it in the dark.
In the dark. No way. This is the reason why a thermal drone would be helpful.
Yeah, the thermal drone.
Yeah,
would
thermal
see that.
drone, just go, okay, it's there
Yeah.
when you find it at night.
What you see here very quickly is a community. So you've got the gentleman here with his dogs, who is part of a community of hunters that makes this possible. If you ask this gentleman here how many animals he tracks in a year with these dogs.
Ja. Wie viel Nachsuchen machst du im Jahr?
500.
500 a year.
Okay. So the experience of him and the experience of the dogs.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you know, in the UK we've reintroduced pigs because we think it's part of our lost biodiversity. And yet it's in agriculture like we're stood in here. This is a rape field, like a rape field you can have in Britain. And what we haven't taken into account is almost like we haven't risk assessed our actions. And by doing this, we're impacting on agriculture and we're making these guys and their knowledge and skill essential. Yet we're not training anybody. And they're all in Germany looking at us in the UK going, you're all nuts.
Yeah, but this is a lesson to learn, definitely.
Yes.
So the longest trek I asked him was 18.5 kilometers after a wounded animal, and he found it. A red stag
Yeah.
with a shot in
Shot in
his
the face,
the
yeah.
face. Yeah. 18.5 kilometers.
You can tell I've got enormous respect for his ability.
Oh,
Enormous.
it's just crazy. I've
Yeah.
done some things with him. We walked for miles and we found it. It's really important. It would be a shame to leave it.
Absolutely.
It's good venison, it's good eating.
It shows no respect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Before the tracker heads home, Torsten needs to check another part of the farm.
Torsten's had other people out helping him, and one of them shot a pig here last night while we were off doing our thing, and we're just coming in to double check.
The land here is more fertile. The crops are bigger, as are the boar. Torsten shows us a telltale sign useful for farmers in Scotland to know if boar are about.
I want to know if there's boar around,
You have chewing balls in your fields.
and if you see them, they are old, they are dry, a couple of days old.
Uh-huh.
And if they are really green, totally green,
The boar was there.
the boar was there the last night.
So something to look out for.
Do.
I said to David earlier, the last time I was here shooting pigs with you, we didn't have thermals.
No.
We had moonlight.
Oh, moonlight.
Yeah.
Moonlight.
So has thermal really changed this for you?
Oh yeah, it makes it much easier with the thermals. But on the other hand side, it's not the reason to shoot them all.
Yeah.
So I like my boar,
Yeah.
but sometimes if they do too much damage, I don't like them that much.
It looks like the boar escaped unharmed last night, but they were certainly here. Niall explains what hunters used before they had all this digital tech.
What they used to do years ago is they had a clock and they would hide the corn under a log. When the pigs moved the log, it would stop the clock. And they knew what time the pigs came. So that's what they were doing before they had camera traps. The thing about nature though is always remember it's an arms race. So we've upped our game, they'll up their game.
Okay, Seeker more intelligent than boar?
Pigs are highly intelligent. There's a lot of research been done on how bright they are. But compared with the Seeker we were creeping about after in March, the boar were easier to get to grips with last night. But there's another night to come. I don't want to predict anything and get it wrong.
En route back to base for an afternoon nap, we spot a rhea on the loose, with no real desire to be caught.
Already, have they?
I had no idea that Germany had a population of free-living rhea.
So if you're going to deal with this situation, what would you use?
For me, that would be a job for a net gun. That'd be the easiest way to capture that back. I'm not aware of many people successfully darting birds that size. But a hell of a drumstick.
Back to the hunting and a sense of what Torsten's life is like at this time of year. It's constant. We spot with the Habrocks, sometimes checking in on bait stations more than a kilometre away. We drive in and work with the wind to stalk in close. When crops are high, he checks for piglets by watching the boar cross tram lines to check the sex and to see if followers are in tow. Torsten does just that with boar number 3. It's 40 metres away.
Yeah.
out.
Neil takes the shot and then Torsten tells him to shoot a second.
One if you can get it.
That second pig is a young female without young.
This is also a thing. If the structure of the family group is not okay because the mummy is not there, they breed all year round. And if they get piglets in the winter time when it's pretty cold and wet, then the piglets die. And this is what it looks like. She looks thin, but she might have lost piglets earlier. There was definitely nothing with her.
Yes. Yeah.
So there was just one bigger mummy with one piglet, but this is a group of, let's say 1.5-year-old boars.
That's about the same size as last time,
Right. That's a big thing.
So, 2 nights, 4 pigs and very little sleep. But who needs sleep when Torsten wants to show us around the place? And in particular, the dead forests that have created a safe haven for wild boar to thrive in.
This is a really good living space now for wild boar, for red deer, for roe deer. It's not that much roe deer left here because of the high lynx population, but we will see a big change, and that affects my hunt on the edge of these mountains. So we get more and more boar now.
Difficult to actually hunt within this area, I thought.
Yeah. It's a national park, so there's no road, there's no infrastructure. If you shoot anything in here, how to get it out?
The thing Neil finds fascinating is that this environment echoes what the conservation industry is pushing for back home: tree planting and the introduction of large predators.
So what we're standing in here is what was at one stage a large-scale commercial woodland that's been run by the state on the edge of the national park. And due to climatic factors, they've had beetle problems that have destroyed the entire woodland. What you're seeing emerging now is, in some parts we've driven through, they are sensibly looking at species resilience. So they're obviously introducing a different mosaic of forest of native species. And I think they're probably looking at some species that will be capable of coping with climate change so that you don't get this scale of die-off.
So what's there to learn at home?
I think the whole challenge for me is this vision of rewilding and restoration takes us on a journey of restoring plant communities that were indigenous to this landscape. But the climate is changing. And I'm a great believer that we're looking at a new wild rather than a rewild. We're looking for species resilience that are adaptively capable of coping with the changing climate. What's also fascinating here is that what we would call our key indicator species at home are the key indicator species here. And if you look round you can see that the vaccinium here is heavily impacted on. And what's fascinating for me is all of the emergent sort of broadleafs, particularly rowan in this site. We're looking at 80% suppression here on the leaders. So far from us thinking, Scotland has issues and Europe has its house in order, the management of natural resources, be it deer, boar or anything else, is going to be a huge challenge for us all. And this is a woodland where there are apex predators. So the wolf and the lynx are here. And if you look at that, David, and the broadleafs around you, there's 80% suppression here on a regenerative woodland. So it's not going to be as straightforward as people would love you to think it is.
This is a video of a lynx taken by our follow-up guy. It's either sick or has no fear of humans. So, apex predators are not regulating herbivore populations. Plus, there's no livestock here for easy picking. The presence of lynx and wolves in the Harz Mountains undoubtedly attracts tourists. The totem pole and cuddly toys in the gift shops prove it, even if the chances of seeing one is remote. What we are likely to see is boar, and to discuss what Scotland should be thinking about is Jens Tiggers from ammunition company Hornady.
One of the most important things I think to talk about is what you would recommend as hunting bullets for here on boar and why.
Yeah, so you just seen, you witnessed it yourself. The challenge here is to get the boars down quickly, because in that vegetation, without a dog, you don't have a chance to find them if they just run off a few meters, which can always happen. If you do a proper body shot which is a preferred method here in Europe, shooting behind the shoulder. And they can always run a little bit, so you want a bullet that gives immediate effect. And this is, for example, one of the strengths of the ECX bullet, because it has a flat point, like a flat meat plate, plastic, polymer to initiate expansion, give immediate energy transfer, shock to the animal, and get it down as quickly as possible. So that would be, I think that is the number one concern, you know. I always call it as close to a lead bullet as possible. So normally non-lead bullets need higher impact speed to perform. So they need about 100 meters per second, you know, more, roughly as a rule of thumb, to perform. But the ECX is a different animal. It really expands at the same impact velocities like a lead bullet, and creates a similar cavity in the animal. So that is, if someone trusts this and it wants the same performance, that is a proper non-lead alternative to
Certainly this one, we tried this this year in the Highlands, and we shot a lot of sika and red deer with the ECX bullet. And I was immediately really impressed at a good solid bud trail and the knockdown. The knockdown was quite, and sika deer, as you know, are quite hard to stop. And the ECX worked really well for that. So that's become one of our go-to favorites.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, you have to meet the demands and expectations of the customers. You as a pro, you can't track every animal you shoot. If you do culling, if you do management, you want to shoot several animals, be effective. And if you have to look after everyone for half an hour, it doesn't work. You know?
Agreed.
So the main thing is get it down quickly, you know, like on driven hunts, like here, you know, and then maybe other places you have different requirements that you want, like an ELDX if you want to take longer shots, you know, and want to have.
You've almost, this is like sort of the sweetie tin of bullets for me. So at the moment I would say that the ELDX, particularly when we're shooting the short magnum, that sort of thing, it's performed superbly.
Yeah.
And it works well in the 308 too as a bullet without a doubt. And the ECX now, when we need to use copper, and we're all going that way. There's a confidence link between these two.
Yeah.
Dragging Niall away from Torsten's shooting cinema, we have one last night on the wild boar before flying home with a heap load of information about wild boar management. It's another opportunity to get in close after spotting this lone female from 600 metres away.
At first glance, what you notice with this pig is it's extremely thin.
Yeah.
But it just reinforces the point that with the thermal gear, it's so much easier than the last time we did this together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so much easier.
See, we spotted the boar from a mile away.
Yep.
And then we decided, okay, let's have a look. Yeah, it's much easier.
I think your point's valid though. Don't abuse it. Use it as a tool to shoot the right animals. Well, it's been a great trip. Hopefully we'll see you further on the story when we start looking at these guys in Scotland, and we'll get your opinion there.
I'm looking forward to see them there.
Yeah.
Torsten makes this hunting look easy. There is a huge amount of preparation that goes into getting these pigs in the right place to make good decisions for the health of the population and the health of the farmers' crops.
This is going to become a national problem literally overnight. And then earlier today we're looking at social media, and we've got a rewilding group going, we need them back to clean up the bracken. We probably will clean up the bracken, but they're going to clean up an awful lot of agriculture and do an awful lot of damage at the same time, and we just aren't ready.
Next time, we're in Scotland, where Niall puts what he's learned in Germany into practice. For more information about the Hike Micro range, head to hikemicrotech.com, and to learn about the Hornady range of bullets, go to hornady.com.